Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a great October so far. I have a new Michael Myers figure here to review. It's the Scream Greats Rob Zombie Michael Myers from the 2007 Halloween movie, played by Tyler Mane. Drop a like on the video for me, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram at DeanKnight333. Got my figure from madabout-horror.co.uk. It's where I get a lot of my horror stuff, including all my masks that I rehaul, get from them. I'm always checking their website daily just to see what the new arrivals are, if they got any new NECA figures. They do Mezco stuff. They even do a few caustic plastic figures on there, Sideshow Collectibles 1/6 scale stuff, everything. So check out Mad About Horror. I do not mind shouting out these guys because they're just awesome to deal with. They've never let me down, and they are a very safe bet when it comes to just having a good place to go to get your figures, your masks, clothing, whatever it is. If it's horror related, they are the best at what they do. Alright, check them out, madabout-horror.co.uk. And we've got a spare arm in there, and he comes with his stabby hand attached, or the stabby arm. And the mask looks just as impressive as it did on the 1/6 scale figure that Trick or Treat Studios recently released. This looks awesome, so I had to get it. And it will look great next to the Scream Greats 78 Myers. I hope they do the Halloween 2 Dick Warlock Myers in this series, series 3. I hope they do a Freddy from part 2, that would be great, and an original Freddy as well. And Chucky, and there's so many they could do. But this looks fantastic. It displays really well in the packaging. I wouldn't blame you for just keeping it in the packaging here and sticking it on your wall, because you can see everything perfectly well. But that head sculpt looks perfect, just like it did on the 1/6 figure. And with this more of a statue kind of figure, the arms move, the head turns, the wrists probably turn, the feet probably move a little bit. You can interchange the arm, but it's kind of a statue, and I don't mind that because it means you don't break up the realism of the coveralls with joints, apart from at the shoulders, but that's very well concealed. But we've got no diaper look with this particular figure, which I really like. I think he's going to display incredibly well. Let's turn him loose, set him free. Alright, let's get a look at you. You're looking pretty good, Mikey. He's looking strong, standing there. Switched out the arm to the more straight arm, and it's a very tight fit getting that knife in his hand. There's not much movement in the fingers. He'd probably have to heat them up to have an easier time of it, but I just wiggled it on in there. But it looks amazing. Really, really accurate looking. Displays beautifully, just standing straight on the desk, right out of the box. You're done. You got a perfect representation of the Rob Zombie 2007 Michael Myers, played by Tyler Mane. Good lord, look at that mask. That is 100% dead on. Even the way it's painted as well. That is beautiful work. I ain't doing a thing to it, don't need to. If you're familiar with the channel, I do dabble, repainting and touching up things that could be better, but there's nothing I'm seeing here. Not to do with the head sculpt anyway. I mean, you could maybe weather the coveralls up, put some blood on them if you wanted to, but I'm going to keep them like this. I'm going to keep him clean, like at the beginning of the movie. Well, not the beginning, but when he first got his mask back and started stalking after people. You could just make out his eye looking out at us. I love the tone they went with for the mask here. That kind of grey, but slightly, very, very slight traces of yellowing and brown in places. The cracks are nice and pronounced. The shape of the hair sculpt looks really good. You do have that seam at the top of the hair sculpt there at the front. It's not too obvious from this distance, and as we get in closer you can make out the seam at the top of the hair there. It's not a deal breaker for me. Everything else just looks so spot on. It's got a hell of a presence, and it just screams accurate to me. And I will say, keep it locked. Make sure you subscribe, because in the very near future I will bring you a new video, because I think including this one now by Scream Greats, I have 5 official Rob Zombie Michael Myers figures. So 5 of them, including this really cool piece here, which is definitely more of a statue, but I will be including this in the upcoming video. So I guess it'll be the top 5 officially released Rob Zombie Michael Myers figures / statues that I have in the collection, and we'll whittle it down to which one is number 1. that'll be coming up on the channel soon. Should be interesting. So this is probably one of the most action-y kind of poses you can do with the piece. You can lift the arm up there and have him reaching for you, turn his head, and that looks good enough. But then if you put the bent elbow arm back on, have him holding the knife, then you have quite a lot to look at, and it all looks fantastic. I cannot get over how good the head sculpt looks. Shouldn't be surprised after what they did with the 1/6 scale version. This is phenomenal work. And you can tilt the head down quite low. It doesn't look very low from the front here, but I have got it down as much as I can get it. And it does allow for a really nice front view. The way the shadows fall over the eye holes in the mask, it all just comes together. It looks amazing. Here it is next to the first Scream Greats figure that was released, the 78 Michael Myers. They look great together. So Nick Castle on the right there, the original shape, he was 5'10", and Michael Myers, Tyler Mane, 6'8". I mean, I heard Rob Zombie say he's more like 7 foot with the boots and the mask on. You know, just basically like touching 7 foot tall. Absolutely huge Michael Myers, terrifying. Definitely the one I'd least like to have coming after me. But what a beautiful scene that is, seeing the original and then the remake. I think they look great together. I hope they make more. Would love to see the Dick Warlock Myers, H2O, and definitely the James Dew Courtney Myers. You know, you got 3 of them to choose from. But yeah, definitely recommend getting both of these. They just look fantastic. So this is the standard version. It's got such an incredibly accurate head sculpt, just like this one. You know, they've done it twice with Michael Myers now. With this particular kind of series of figures, the Scream Greats, they've just killed it. There is an exclusive version of this one with the green coveralls, which I never really managed to track down. If anyone out there has one and be willing to help a brother out, I would love to add that one to the collection. It just looks amazing. Love the way his hands just hang in there to his side. But from head to toe, it is just the original shape all the way. I mean, look at the side profile on it. It's perfect. Even the hair length at the back. They really knew what they were doing. You can see that discoloration around the neckline as well at the front, under the chin. Here he is next to the NECA Ultimate Halloween Ends. I was going to say Halloween Kills there for a minute. No, he's Halloween Ends, NECA Ultimate figure. Just a little height comparison, but you can see what I mean here, man. The diaper look, because of the articulation with the legs joining onto the body. And as time goes on, that seems to warp and just get worse looking. So I just hate that part of it. You know, I love those NECA figures, especially this one and the Kills version. And the updated 2018 they released a little while after the original with a better head sculpt, which I have, and have reviewed all of them on the channel. I love them. But as soon as you get down here, I mean, even people that have come in this room, they've said it. They've looked over at the figure and said, you know, once they get to it, when they're looking along the shelf, and they'll say, it looks like he's wearing a diaper. And then we'll giggle about it. And it's like, it shouldn't be happening. It's Michael Myers. There should be no giggles. Only fear. But what are you going to do? It's an ultimate figure. It's supposed to move, so they have to have the leg articulation. But because of the nature of coveralls, they're supposed to be, you know, pretty seamless down the front, back, and sides. So it is what it is. I like this more clean look over here. Right, so I was just thinking about something, because I noticed that the head sculpt on that statue was pretty much the same size as the head sculpt on this figure. So pop the head off, and we're going to try a little something here. That's right, we're going to try it. We're going to do it. Let me just turn off my rotating base. But I just love the look of this statue. But admittedly, the mask isn't the best. it gets the job done. But look at the colour and the tone and the blood work, and you just need some blue tack really. And let's have a look and see. I haven't got the blue tack yet. Oh my god. Oh, it does kind of just sit there. Okay, there you go. So that looks amazing. Wow. Very nice. And that's just with the head sculpt just literally sitting on that. I could turn it, I guess, a little bit to the side. So that works, you know. And that looks incredible because he's got a beautiful diorama, the whole thing. So that's the original head. It's decent. But holy moly, I mean, this could have been a whole separate video, to be honest with you. But yeah, that looks amazing on there. Good to know. So this is originally the Countdown Characters Rob Zombie Michael Myers figure that you're seeing here, but with the Screen Greats head sculpt stuck on there with blue tack. It looks amazing, folks. I mean, it's worth doing this. That's just a way stronger presence because of the diorama and the detail of the coveralls, the blood work. With this head sculpt combined, it's necessary, folks. If you're a big Rob Zombie Myers fan, that looks amazing. Those two bits combined. I mean, it's just the head sculpt from the Screen Greats, but it just makes such a difference to this piece. And there's a little look at the Screen Greats head sculpt on the right, and you can see, yeah, it's much better. And they're basically the same size. Just give you a look at the difference between the bodies, the coveralls here. Yeah, I mean, the head sculpt with the Screen Greats is a million times better than the one that comes with this, but everything else is just screaming out to be used with the Screen Greats head sculpt. I even like the kind of stance and the proportions more on this. I just think it looks perfect. I love the blood effects as well. Can't remember if I did any extra blood on that. Probably. I don't know. I do so much messing around with stuff. I forget sometimes. Plus I'm getting old, which I do not recommend. Well, I wasn't expecting this, folks, this whole head swap situation. I just thought this would be the logical thing to compare this to because they're both basically statues. But that is certainly very interesting. Alright folks, I'll wrap it up, give you my final thoughts and score out of 10. Definitely get this, it's beautiful. It's a really excellent. If you don't have any Tyler Mane collectible Michael Myers figures or statues in your collection, just start off with this one. And it might be where you finish as well, because there's really no need to look any further. If you're short on space, you're not too fussed about all the articulation. You just want something that looks good and captures the essence of that particular Myers perfectly. Look no further than the Scream Greats Rob Zombie Halloween Tyler Mane Michael Myers figure. It is stunning to look at. It just looks so good. The sculpt is fantastic. I'll give it a 10. I'm not crazy about the seam at the top of the hair, but I'm not going to dock it anything for that. It just is what it is. I guess there's a technical reason why the seam has to be there. It's not that noticeable from regular viewing distance, only when you get up close. Such a great mask, very accurate sculpt, great paint, beautiful sculpt work all over the coveralls. The proportions look really good, the kind of posture, excellent. So yeah, I'll give it a 10 out of 10. And I'm going to tell you, this is a fantastic looking piece. So mad about horror they have them at the moment. Probably going to sell out pretty quick, so I would spread your wings and swoop down on this promptly. I'll be back with more Halloween themed video action for you real soon. So keep it locked. Drop a like on this one for me, folks. Appreciate that. And let me know how you're doing in the comments. Hope you're having a great October. I'll see you soon. Take it easy. Bye-bye.
Thank you.